All right. Well, once again, my name is Molly. I'm on the inside sales team here at RSP. Thanks for joining us today for our Target Farming Report campaign webinar. We appreciate it. Feel free, it's a small crowd today, so feel free to go ahead and ask any questions as they come up. I'm happy to help. As you saw in the chat, we've got Kevin here who will answer any questions there. And just let us know how we can help. It's more interactive, obviously. I'm always happy to answer any questions. So I'll go ahead and dive in unless anybody has any questions to start us off. All right. Here we go. Okay, so here at RSP, we've been around about 28 years helping real estate agents like yourself. We have over 5,000 five-star reviews across the different review platforms. So, go check out your favorite ones, see what they have to say about us. Today, we'll mainly be talking about our target farming program. It's our flagship product. It's what most people know us for. So we do have some other postcard products and some other add-ons and things like that that you can find out more information about on our website or go ahead and ask at any point in time. Uh, there's two things that really set us apart from other people who are doing this. It is our the data we provide. As far as the data we provide you when you're finding a location that's going to produce the ROI you're looking for, when you're looking to farm an area, and the automation and the concierge level of service. We really want to make it an easy process for the agents who sign on with us. So we handle all of those details as they come up, as far as the design, the scrubbing of the list, the postage, all of those things are handled by us. So you can, spend your time selling. With our target farming program, we do provide an exclusive territory. So when you choose a neighborhood or an area with RSP, we will not sell that area to another agent. We're raising you up as that neighborhood expert. We want to make sure we're keeping that exclusive to you. And once again, that smart targeting, where we use tax roll MLS data to help find that area that's going to bring you in front of the most qualified prospects. Along with that concierge design and delivery. We assign a marketing assistant to you once you're past the onboarding stage who handles all those details for you. As far as like if you want any changes made, we scrub the list every time before we send it out. So we scrub out people on the do not mail list. We scrub out LLCs and trusts. But of course, that's custom to your area. So whatever you think is best, we'll make sure to handle for you. Let me go ahead and show you what we actually send out, or a sample of that, with our target farming campaigns. So here it is. It's 8.5 by 11, as you can see. It's 110-pound paper, so it's a nice thick product, and it folds there where you see you don't see the Kingsview market update there. It creases there, so it fits in mailboxes. So this is the front of what they see when they pull it out of their mailbox. We have a lot of different background pictures to choose from as far as stock photos. If there's something local you want to put there, like a beautiful scene or like a neighborhood sign, anything like that, we're happy to do. Just let us know. And then, of course, all of your return mail goes to that address right there. We also make sure to send it directly to the homeowner. So first name, last name, and their address, so they know it's a custom piece for their own particular home. Then here's the back on the other side of the fold. This paragraph right here, we write for you. But if there's anything you want to include, like if you're farming your own neighborhood or anything like that, we're happy to add that. Also, if you have any listings coming up, stuff like that, we're happy to include. All of your contact information and headshot here. If you have any QR codes of your own or social media handles, we're happy to include those as well. And then this map, I'm going to come back to that map. That kind of leads us to some other places. But on the inside is the real like meat and the potatoes. What everybody loves about our mailers is is the market analysis, right? It shows all the recent sales of the areas. We look at similar neighborhoods to the ones that we're mailing into as far as price range, year built, things like that. Make sure we have relevant information to each neighborhood we're mailing to. Of course, we have the address, the list price to sold price, price differential, days on market, providing some valuable insight to anybody who's contemplating putting their house on the market or has a big life change coming up where that's going to be necessary. It really gives them an idea of what that looks like. And I do like that we put the neighborhood name on here as well. We can do that or we can leave it off depending on what your area requires. I like it because I relate so much better to the neighborhood name than I would the address alone. Maybe it's because I'm new to my area, but I like that a lot. Down here at the bottom, we kind of have some space where you can brag, you know, we've got some 3 featured properties. By default, put your last 3 MLS events down here. But if there's something that you would rather us, you know, if there's something older that you would rather us use, or if it's not relevant to the neighborhood, we can use anything of yours or anything from your agency. Also with this, we can put the map that I skipped over earlier down there, or we can get creative with this space. I have an agent who also does a cat rescue, so she's going to put adoptable cats down here, which I thought was a cute idea. Now, back up to this map. On this map, the little blue home you see in the center is the actual home we're mailing to. So it's custom to each individual house that we send to. They should recognize their street and where they are and things like that. So they should know it's custom for them. And then if they scan this QR code or go to the website myhomes.com and enter the code for their specific home, we skip trace their information for you and we provide you with their name, their phone number, their email address, as well as their physical address, so you can follow up as you see fit. Now with that, that leads them here. And on our part, we provide all their contact information for you, but we also put them on a drip campaign. So we send them a postcard a week for the next 6 weeks to make sure you're staying in front of them with the type of communication that we already know they're interacting with. So that's a pretty valuable tool. We also know, if you check out our case studies on our website, that anybody who scans that QR code is 5 times more likely than the average individual to list their home in the next 90 days. So anybody who's scanning that and interacting, looking for their My Home S, is usually a pretty awesome lead to follow up with. Whoop. My Google view is not working there. I'm not sure why. Nope, not going to go today. Okay, so here's what the My Home Estimate website looks like. Here we normally have a Google Street View, but I think I'm having an issue with my computer. It's not loading. And of course, we give a best estimate and a range, because the goal here is to give them a little bit of information so they pick up the phone and call you, right? We don't want to give them too much information. So we have a pretty big range, a best estimate. And if they hit any of these buttons, and fill out any of this information, we of course will get that to you right away, because they're definitely a high intent individual then. So here's the Google Maps, and then your headshot will go here along with all of your contact information. And then down here at the bottom, we say, hey, these are generated by a computer algorithm. If you really want to know what your home is worth, you need to call our agent. Okay. Now, is there any questions that I can help out with as far as what we send out or the My Home Estimate website? Feel free to jump in anytime. All right, we'll go ahead and move on. Okay, so normally with our program, we send out the market updates every 60 days. We found that's a pretty good cadence for most areas. We can do 30 and we can do 45, but 60 tends to be where most people start. So with that, we do have a 6 mailing commitment. So target farming is usually about a year program. And then we talked about that real-time lead capture when they scan that QR code, and we provide you with all of their contact information. And that follow-up drip, the fast track follow-up, where we send them a postcard a week for the next 6 weeks after they scan that QR code. Now, most agents understand most of the things we talk about on here. Farming is definitely a long-term investment. Most of our agents see an uptick of activity between the 4th and the 8th mailing. That's like the sweet spot where they get their first listing and things like that. A lot of them get it on that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but statistically speaking, the 4th through the 8th is really where we see that uptick of activity. So of course, with all marketing, consistency is key, especially with this one. As they see those mailings, you're building your brand, you're building that trust that, you're really looking for. And then the other thing I like to talk about is the leads. A lot of lead generation. You get a lot of people calling, or that you're calling up, right? You get like hundreds of people that you need to call up and figure out which one of them is actually looking to buy or sell their home, right? So you're constantly on the phone, and most of them are saying, no, I accidentally clicked a button, or however that goes. With our leads, they're a little different. They're mainly people calling you, and they're definitely those listing inquiry leads that most people are looking for. Okay. Then pricing. So we do have a $39 monthly fee, which covers your marketing assistant, all the websites, all the follow-up, just everything that's happening in the background that you don't have to worry about anymore. And then a 300 report minimum at $1.24 each. So I'll show you pricing in a little bit of a different way so you can relate to how we actually bill. So that $39 monthly fee is all that's due to get you started. And then when that first set of mailing goes out, it's $1.24 times 300 for the minimum amount of reports, which ends up being about $372. Now, any questions about pricing or anything else we've gone over so far? Perfect. Okay, now comes to the fun part. Let's jump into our website. Feel free, if you're in front of your computer, to follow along.
I have a quick
RSPUSA.
question.
Yes, absolutely.
The $39 fee is every single month, right? But
Yes, it is.
is that like, from what I think I read or heard, someone helping you and you have to do the $39 a month, or no? Because I thought that was an additional add-on.
So the $39 monthly fee is for somebody helping you. It's for everything else that's going on, as far as all the data we provide, the exclusivity, all the automated follow-up that's included. So the $39 fee happens no matter what with the target farming program.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure
Did that
that.
answer your question? I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure
no, I thought it was,
okay.
when I read, I thought it was optional to add that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, let's jump on our website and I will show you guys a little bit about how to navigate and look at some areas on your own. Now, always feel free to book a consultation. There's a couple of us, there's a team of 4 over here that are very happy to help go through any of the data with you, and look at the areas near you that we suggest and might be best for you. But rspusa.com is our website. And there's a lot of neat things on here. This is one of my favorite things to look at, totally as a side note, is 219 agents farming with RSP won 422 listings in the past 60 days, totaling $383 million. So I'm always really proud whenever I see what our agents are doing and how we're helping them. Okay, now to business. Let's click in here. I'm going to use my old zip code where I used to live, and we're going to explore exclusive areas near there. Okay. Now, I always recommend you identify yourself, just because we can take into account where you've had success before as we analyze these areas. I am not an agent, so I'm not going to identify myself. I'm just going to pick a random agency and go with that. As it's loading. Now we're just going to get some information into the computer algorithm to help us to help find those areas near this in the zip code or near the zip code that will be the best for target farming. Because I know this area, I'm going to go ahead and pick single family homes. 450. Let's go. Yeah, let's keep it at 450 and let's go to 1 million. There it is. All right, and once again, I'm going to use my old address. But, we recommend that you use either your home or office address wherever you're working out of most, because we do know that it's easier to farm closer to home where the driving distance is easier. You're having those, the more meetings you can schedule, things like that. So I entered that and I'm going to keep it to 5. Well, let's keep it at 10 miles as far as really what this address is like a center point, and the 10 miles is going to be the radius that we're looking in to find those target farming areas. So here we go, generate my top 50 farm areas. As it's loading, hopefully you guys are following along. Okay, so with this, you can see that everything has been assigned points, right? So everything's been scored. This is the top 50 farm areas outside of Arizona of 540 analyzed, or not outside of Arizona, outside of Phoenix. So let's take a look at what the points mean and why we like what we like. I'm going to choose the villages at Verona. Okay, and I'll zoom in on that so we can all read it. Okay, so, oh, too far, too far. Here we go. So this one has a 5-year turn rate of 6.8%, which is significantly higher than the average turn rate of the area of 3.1%. This suggests that there's more listings to come, obviously. The average price was in the bottom portion of the filters I put in place at the beginning. So I only got 1 point for that. It did analyze if there's a dominant agent. So if somebody has 30% or more of the listings in an area, we will take away points because that's an uphill battle, and there's plenty of areas that are free and open for you to become that dominant agent. The number of units, there's 121 units in this area. So, there's a good amount, or statistics are good, and things like that. Some of those smaller areas, like if there's 10 units, it doesn't mean they're a bad area. We just have to look at our statistics and data a little bit differently with a smaller sampling size. Then agency market share, the random agency I chose does not have a strong market share in the zip code, so I did not get points for that. And it's 4.8 miles from that base location, so I did get a couple of points for that as well. That's kind of the things we look for and how we analyze these areas. And it's always a neat place to start. So let me get this screen back to a normal size. Here we go. Very good. So, so one thing to keep in mind, like the top 50 are always great, but I'm sure some of you have areas that you are already interested in. So we can always select by zip code. Up here in the corner, as you can see. So let's go 85048. I know is a nearby zip code to there. And this will show us all the areas that fall within those filters within 85048, right? So the other thing to keep in mind is kind of our benchmark is actually, I forget the number. I think the average turn rate for the area was 3.1%, but I'm going to double check that because I always like to have that benchmark in mind. Yeah, so the average 5-year turn rate for the area is 3.1%. I love having that as the benchmark, just to make sure anything we choose is performing better than average, if that makes sense. So here we go. We do have these in order of number sold. Usually they pop up sorted by the name. So however you want to look at that information is up to you. I do like number sold more than I do turn rate, just because sometimes that turn rate in those smaller areas is higher than it normally would look, because it's got like 10 homes in it. So if 2 of them sold, of course, that boosts the turn rate. And it's not necessarily uh, as good of information as if it's a larger area. So here we go. I see a lot of neat areas. I'm just going to throw Mountainside in the cart. There's 109 homes in there. One thing I always do recommend doing is clicking in here in the details and seeing if there is somebody who's got, we take away points in the point system if somebody has 30% or more, but if somebody's emerging or has a lot of activity in the area, that's still really good information for you to know as you analyze these areas and decide what's going to work best for you. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It looks like I don't see anybody who's got too much going on here. So that's good. Very good. So we'll put that in the cart. I'll go ahead, and Pecos West looks like a good one too. It's number 3 there. It has a little bit of a lower turn rate than the average, but we'll throw it in the cart anyways. Once you have over 300 in the cart, this will pop up. Now, I have 484, so I'm well over 300. But because this is all pre-scrubbed, all of the numbers are pre-scrubbed, the number of homes that we're actually mailing to will come down 5 to 10%, depending on how we scrub them and what your preferences are. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, do you guys have any questions about the map or the tools we provide here? Perfect. We also have some interesting resources down here as far as other agents. Here's some really neat video testimonials that I like watching. So check that out, and some more samples with postcards. If that's if you want to look at some more samples. All right. Well, if there is well, let me open it up for questions or discussion or anything else one more time before, we say goodbye today. All righty. Well, thank you for joining us. I believe Kevin put the link to schedule an appointment in that chat, so feel free to use that. Also, you can always book a consultation on our website. We're always happy to help. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.